We already know that Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be featuring some crazy villains returning from the Spider-Verse, with Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus, Jamie Foxx's Electro, supposedly Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman. I think Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin was rumored there a while ago too. So there's really so many villains that has been rumored for this movie. But if you think that wasn't enough, how about we add in Rhino and Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man movies as well, which I'm honestly surprised they weren't rumored before, but now they finally joined the list of rumored villains and characters to be joining Spider-Man No Way Home. And this, I think, it's unexpected, but at the same time it makes sense. Because at this point, if these two characters and everybody else that's been rumored is in this movie, then literally the only live-action Spider-Man movie villain that's not in this movie is just Venom from Spider-Man 3. But nobody really liked that version, although it would still be hilarious to see Topher Grace return as the character. But let's talk about this. So this is interesting. This is actually coming from Jeff Snyder, who is actually a really reliable source. He's a writer for Collider, and he's said that this is something that's happening. And we haven't heard, like I said, we haven't heard anything about these two characters before. We haven't heard anything about the actors Paul Giamatti and Rhys Ifans being spotted on set. We haven't heard anything about that, unlike we have with Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina. So this is the first time we're hearing about this. But again, it makes so much sense, because if you're bringing back all these other characters, especially if you're bringing back Andrew Garfield, and you're already bringing back Jamie Foxx's Electro, you might as well bring back the other Garfield universe villains as well. And there's also rumors that they're going to form a full multiversal Sinister Six here, which I think would also be interesting. And both Rhino and Lizard are not OG members of the Sinister Six, but they have been big members of the team in the past in the comics. So it would make a lot of sense. And again, this is not confirmation, it's still just rumors, so of course take this with a huge grain of salt, or actually a tiny grain of salt, because that's how it would work in this analogy, when it comes to this rumor, because it is by no means confirmed, along with everything else we've heard. There's no confirmation that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in this movie, it's just most likely the case. So, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but I definitely like to see these characters return, although I would like to see them return with different designs. I'd like to see Rhino as not just like a robotic mech, or at least make him look better and more like he does in the comics. And then same goes for Lizard. Lizard wasn't as bad, but at least give him more of a, like, less of a human round head and more of a lizard snout, if you want to call it. So anyways, I really like to see this happen, and hopefully it does. Hopefully these two villains do return alongside all of these other characters in this movie. But, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Would you like to see the Rhino and Lizard return from the Amazing Spider-Man movies in Spider-Man No Way Home? So, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.